The Mesoamerican Reef is the largest coral reef in the Northern Hemisphere. It runs from Honduras to the tip of the Yucatan and encompasses both seaward and landward areas.
The Mesoamerican Reef is the largest barrier reef in the Western Hemisphere, stretching 625 miles along the coasts of Belize, Guatemala, Honduras, and Mexico. It's located in the Caribbean Sea and runs from the Yucatan Peninsula in Mexico to the Bay Islands in Honduras. The reef is home to a variety of marine and coastal habitats, including beaches, dunes, wetlands, lagoons, mangrove forests, seagrass beds, and coral. It also provides a habitat for over 500 fish species, 5 species of marine turtles, and one of the world's largest congregations of whale sharks. The reef is home to many world-class dive sites, ranging from the canyons of Roatan, to the Great Blue Hole of Belize, to the drift dives in the currents of Cozumel. The fish populations vary from south to north. Divers see many tropical species across the entire reef. Whale sharks and large pelagics are more common in the south, and a variety of reef fishes habituating the currents of Cozumel. The reef is home to 500 species of fish, 65 species of hard coral, and 5 species of marine turtles. The most common species divers will see include grouper, snapper, tuna, barracuda, eels, lobster, and conch. 4 species of mangrove are found in the shallow waters along the more than 1,000 kilometers from Honduras to Mexico. The mangroves are both nurseries to larvae and shoreline stabilizers, particularly when faced with major storm events. The canopies provide habitat and protection to a variety of birds and insects as well as shade for nearby beaches. Come with me as we explore this incredible gift.
The Great Blue Hole of Belize is central to the Mesoamerican Reef. It is a must-do dive for most divers visiting Belize.
The Blue Hole Dive is a deep, advanced dive. Divers will descend to about 130 feet, 40 meters, visit beautiful stalactites, and slowly return to the surface. Dives typically last 25 to 30 minutes. The Bay Islands of Honduras around Roatan are known for stunning corals, both hard and soft, and dramatic canyons. Enjoy some of the coral beauty with us.
Mangrove trees are abundant on the Mesoamerican Reef. They cover about 3,145 square kilometers or 7.5% of the reef.
Trees are salt and low oxygen tolerant, allowing them to thrive in brackish water. They stabilize the shoreline and provide habitats for fishes, especially juveniles, as well as many mammals.
We often find them bordering sandy beaches, providing shade and habitats.
The extensive root system provides a protected nursery to many fish and other marine life. The roots also provide habitat to birds, insects, and more. Iguana and saltwater crocodiles live in the mangroves.
Development in the reef goes from isolated fishing shacks to small villages. We see current construction, particularly of eco-resorts. And, of course, there are fully developed communities, from Roatan in the south, to Mexico in the north.
The mangroves contribute to a vibrant and diverse ecosystem in the Mesoamerican Reef.
Blennies are a diverse group of small, primarily marine fish known for their elongated bodies, often blunt heads, and preference for bottom-dwelling habitats. Swim slowly and look carefully at the bottom. You will find blennies throughout the entire reef. Beautiful drumfish, both juvenile and adult, can be found in well-protected hiding holes doing their characteristic frenetic dance. Grouper are one of the most loved fish of the entire reef. At least 7 species are found along the reef from Roatan to Cozumel. The Nassau grouper is the most common. Overfishing has caused a significant decline in the grouper populations, and the Nassau grouper is now listed as threatened by the U.S. Endangered Species Act and endangered by the International Union for Conservation of Nature. grouper often follow divers along the reef. If you are friended by a grouper, observe it, but please do not touch it. Moray eels are found along the entire Mesoamerican reef. The green moray is the most common. This large eel is most often seen in a hole in the reef, but does come out to hunt, particularly at night. Lionfish are not endemic to the Mesoamerican Reef, but they have become a top predator on the reef and throughout the greater Caribbean Sea. During the day, lionfish are usually found in shallow holes in the reef. They like to face inward, and thus appear to be shy. They are not, and divers have received painful stings from these aggressive fish. Some of the most fascinating creatures on the reef are definitely not fish. They are invertebrates, shrimp, nudibranchs, gastropods, and many more. To see them, divers must be very close to the reef, move very slowly, and look for very tiny animals. Be careful not to damage the reef. And there's a robust population of turtles on the entire reef. There are over 500 species of sharks in the world's oceans, and an estimated 50 species on the Mesoamerican Reef. Nurse sharks and Caribbean reef sharks are the most common sharks seen by divers. Sharks are the apex predator of the reef, and like superheroes of the ocean, they help keep everything in balance, ensuring the ocean stays healthy for all other animals. Shrimp and crabs are the scavengers of the reef. They are everywhere. You need to look small and move slowly. You will enjoy them. Small fish on the reef display a wide variety of shapes and colors. They exhibit diverse behavior, from schooling to pugnacious defense of their nests. a variety of mammals are found on the reef. We see dolphin and manatee, as well as whales and whale sharks. Dolphins are curious and playful. They love to interact with divers. Manatee, also known as a sea cow, are large, gentle, herbivorous marine mammal. Because manatees are found in very shallow waters of the Mesoamerican Reef, divers do not see them very often. Openings in the reef, when large enough to safely swim through, attract divers. Swim-throughs give the divers an opportunity to see the internal structure of the reef and to demonstrate excellent buoyancy control. Come visit the Mesoamerican Reef. Learn about its culture and ecology. Dive in the clear, warm waters and marvel at the diversity. There is much to explore and visit, from Honduras and Roatan to Belize and the Yucatan of Mexico. Enjoy, nurture, and respect. For the divers, remember, keep your bubbles tiny and the current behind your fins. Dive smart. Be safe.